y'all, welcome back to 5-in-1 TV. It's your girl Taylor. Thank you all for the likes and the comments on the last video. Thanks to everyone who has subscribed thus far. Today what we're going to be doing is making a t-shirt. So I'm not going to talk too much. Let's get right into the video. Okay, so in this video I'm gonna be showing you guys how I welded everything together in order for me to get to my print and cut. So now I'm uploading all of my pictures that I need to create the design for this shirt. Okay, so now that everything is uploaded, I'm just gonna go ahead and move everything around, resize everything, and put it where it's supposed to be. Okay, so now that I've finished resizing and moving Cadence Story onto the red box like I supposed to, I'm going to select all of it and I'm going to weld it together so that it can be easier to move and resize to make it the design that I want it to be. At the end of my resizing, I'm going to select all of the things on the screen, so the picture and the Cadence Story with the box, and I'm going to flatten it. Flattening the image makes everything one. So instead of printing it and it cuts out the Cadence Story and the red box and the characters, it would just cut the perimeter of everything. Okay, so after I resize everything and get everything flattened how I want it, I'm going to go up and I'm going to press make it. So I'm going to make sure all of my details are correct. I'm going to hit continue. I'm going to send it to my printer, and I turn the bleed off because I don't want the ink running on the sides, and I'm going to press print. Okay, so now that I sent it to my printer, I'm going to turn on my Cricut and set the material to custom. I'm going to type in the iron on, and I'm going to select printable iron on dark for the transfer paper that I'm using. I'm going to put the transfer paper in the description below. Now it's time to load the Cricut. I load it by pressing the lit up arrow button on the Cricut, and then once it's loaded, it's ready to cut. You press the light up Cricut button. So now the Cricut is just analyzing the paper, making sure that the paper is laid on the mat correctly so that it will cut in the right areas of the picture and not just cut all funky. So now you see the Cricut is cutting out all of the background area. That's all the white areas in between the characters. It's just gonna cut out all of that and make sure none of that is going to be seen once you put it on the shirt. When it's finished cutting and it's ready for you to unload, the arrow button is going to light up again, and you're just going to press it to unload the mat. So now that I unloaded the mat, I'm going to remove the paper and not bend it as much as possible. Now I'm going to take my weeding tool and I'm going to separate the paper from the back side of the paper. So once I remove the excess transfer paper, it's gonna remove all that background white area that the Cricut has cut out. I'm just gonna use my weeding tool to get as much off as possible. Okay, so once I finish peeling off the excess paper, I'm gonna now peel off the design the same way, and I'm gonna lay it in the area that I want it on the shirt. Once I do that, I'm gonna add a piece of Teflon paper over the design on the shirt. This paper comes in the pack with the transfer paper. This just protects the paper from getting too hot and melting into the shirt. I have a 30-second timer on my easy press. I'm going to apply the heat press on there. My heat press is set to 290 degrees. After the 30 seconds, I will move it down. If I felt like the heat didn't get to the whole picture, I will move it accordingly and restart the timer. Okay, so now that it's done, I'm going to remove the Teflon paper from off the top and show you guys the finished product. Okay, so now I'm showing you guys how I created the names for the back of the shirts. I've already got the names in a file on my Cricut design space and it's ready to go. So once I hit make it, I'm going to make sure all of my mats are mirror images because this is going to be iron on. Okay, so now I'm going to cut out my vinyl of choice and place it on my strong grip mat, the purple mat. The light blue mat that I used earlier in the video is a light grip mat used for thinner paper so it won't rip when you remove it. I'm going to load the paper on the mat face down, colored side down, so that it can make the cut properly. And then I'm going to load it just like I did in the beginning of the video and make the cut. Okay, so now that the mat is unloaded, I'm going to remove the vinyl off the mat just like I did in the beginning. You don't want to bend the vinyl, you'll rather bend the mat. I'm sorry that my elbows are ashy. Yeah. So then I'm going to cut around what it cut out with the Cricut so I won't waste any paper. So this is the fun part. I'm going to take my weeding tool again and I'm going to go in the corner of the paper. I like to go in the corner of the paper because it's easier. And I'm just going to separate the two layers of the paper. And what's going to be left is what the Cricut cut out. Then I'm going to go back in between letters and get all of the excess paper off with my weeding tool. Okay, so now Auntie is ready to go on the back of the shirt. So I'm going to place it where I want it on the back of the shirt and I'm going to apply my heat and press. So once you're finished, you're just going to remove the clear coating off the transfer. Some of the vinyl might not be stuck all the way. That's okay. You just go back and you apply pressure in those areas and then you remove it. So now this is what the back of the shirt is going to look like. Okay, that concludes the video. I hope you guys liked it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Let me know what y'all want to see. Y'all want to see custom glasses? Y'all want to see custom pants, custom masks, custom towels, anything, candles, the whole 9 yards. Comment. Let me know what y'all want to see. Thanks for watching.